Hello, hello, guys. How was that for a palm right in the face? Hello, happy Sunday. So glad you guys are here. Hopefully you can hear me and see me. And hopefully we are not going to lose connection because we are in the middle of a full-blown lightning and thunderstorm with sheets of rain. So if we lose connection, that is why. Oh, awesome, Cindy. I just saw your comment. Yes, wasn't that fun? It's the whole reason I do it. Thank you so much, Mona. All right, let's see who's on. I know I saw Cheryl D'Agostino and Cindy Braden and Chrisavola and Lori and Peg and Mary and Lori and Mona and Janet and Kay. And Linda Safranco, of course, always such a great support, you guys. And Donna. Hi, Wendy. And Madeline and Virginia. Perfect timing. Your son just went back, or your oldest just went back to Florida. Well, I hope they have safe travels because it is storming like crazy in my neck of the woods. I'm not sure if he comes through Georgia, but where we are right now, we have had it. I know a lot of you guys have. I just was hoping that we would not have it today. Oh, thank you, Dee. Oh, you'll have to send me a picture or post them of the penguins. You got your package, Mona? Oh, wonderful. Finally. Hi, Linda. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Alice. All right. So I forgot to write down. Let me write down the first person on YouTube I saw, but first person on Facebook I hadn't seen yet. So hi Linda, hi Letitia, hi Brenda, hi Karen, hi Patrick. I emailed you, not sure if you saw that. I have your thing ready to go. Hi Janet. Again, let me just remind you guys, for whatever reason, you could do some rain big time. I know, right? Isn't that the way it works too? The goes where you don't want it or where you don't need it. Oh, that's wonderful. I know you guys probably could use some rain. Kathy, it rained enough while I was there in Colorado. Hi, Mickey from Georgia. Haven't seen you on in a while. Hi, Karen from Hot, Arkansas. I'm coming to Arkansas to teach in October. So, oh, yes, Debbie Sears. So I'll tell you guys, and again, I will just remind you, if we lose power, I will try to log back on when I get power back, if we lose it. But we had storms this weekend. I'm trying to think when it was. Yesterday was the worst. And we had lightning, like, it sounded like my house was hit. It was so close. I mean, it literally is just yards away, feet, yards. I don't know. I'm not good with measurement. Anyway, it's just over there in my neighborhood. We thought their house was hit, but actually it was their shed. And it kind of imploded, I guess, from the inside. I shared a video on my Facebook page, and then this plume of smoke. But I had pictures fall off my wall. Didn't even realize it till I came into my studio. All my pictures behind me were crooked. Thankfully, we didn't have any electrical issues. I've read and seen so many of y'all that commented on my video that you have, or your neighbor has, or whatever. My parents did last month. Their whole security system blew off the the wall, and like shrapnel went everywhere on their car. So that had to be fixed. All their TVs blew. They had a bunch of damage internally as well. But anyway, it's just scary, scary stuff. So in Vancouver, it's not very hot, but today is cloudy. Yeah, well, it is 97 here right now, and it is dark and stormy and rainy. So, yes. So again, I was very thankful that their house wasn't hit, but I knew something had to have been hit in our neighborhood because I was in my bedroom and I heard it first off. I thought it was my house. And I saw the flash of light in the windows. That's how it's crazy. So That was yesterday. And it was okay today. It's been cloudy and overcast in the 90s. And then about 30 minutes ago, it decided to just unleash. So, thank you, Linda. Hi, Mary. If you're watching in Florida, I hope you're well. Hi, Sharon. So, wasn't quite sure if I was going to do a live today because I am up to here. It's over yonder is the correct term for distance. Over yonder, yes, that's true. That's funny. I know I couldn't even log on yesterday and watch Tracy because I was again neck deep in getting ready for convention in Oklahoma at OKC. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about, let me just pop that up there. And if you're unable to attend this year, look into coming next year. Next year's, I think, is a Western theme. This year is a Halloween theme. These are my two projects that I'm doing. Kind of a Happy Fall scarecrow piece and a Ukrainian folk art welcome sign. But anyway, let's get right back up there. So, hi, Melissa Jones. Melissa Jones, message me what e-packet you want that's on my website right now. I forgot to mention that on the group yesterday. You were the first last week to be on Facebook and comment. So just so you guys know, when you log on, hi, Kathy Barnett, I sent you an email. When you're the first to log on, make sure that you jump on real quick and say hi or something, or just I'm here or hello, because if you're the first person on the live and I see your name, then you get a free e-packet on my website that's currently on my website. So Melissa messaged me. Thank you. Chris Avola just put on Facebook, also put the link for OKC as well. So, hi, Janet. How far some places, and it's always, yes. Anywho, so this week, first person on YouTube, Cheryl, did I write it? D'Agostino, and on Facebook, Cindy Braden. You guys message me and let me know what e-packet that's on my website right now that you'd like. All right. So, anyway, I hope it cools down before OKC. It's hot here. Oh, I hope so too, Sharita. Are you going to be there? I hope to see you. I always love seeing you and your beautiful, gorgeous hair. And hi, Liz. Hi, Susan. 106 in Southern California. Yikes. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Oh, there we go. I was wondering why I couldn't get the comments to scroll up on YouTube. Anyway. So I got all my make and take stuff done. I'm finished. Oh my gosh, the clouds are just darker and darker. I'm going to talk for like a couple more minutes and then we're going to get started because I do want to share my tip with you. You popped on. So happy to see you too, Linda, from Texarkana. We used to drive through there. Hi, Nancy Stovall. Good to see you. So I leave on Thursday to go to Houston, Texas area to teach. So excited. And one of the things, I wish I could, but probably not this year. Oh, Sharita, I'm sorry. I won't be able to see you. One of the things that, I lost my train of thought. Oh, we're doing fabric painting. So I was taking my designs prior to the pandemic and putting them on tote bags and aprons, and I did that for years, and they were always such amazing sellers at conventions, on my website, etc. Enter the pandemic. I was having them printed in Hong Kong because they were really good quality, and anyway, I couldn't order them because I couldn't get anything shipped. So I just kind of let that lapse. So when I got the invitation to come teach in Texas and they wanted to do a hibiscus bag that was on my website, I'm like, oh, I haven't painted that on a bag, but I will go ahead and paint it on a bag. So I painted in water-soluble oils first, and then I painted it in acrylics for another seminar, and then I painted it on this tote bag. So, see if I can reach it without... So I painted it on this tote bag. Now, it started black, But I wanted it to be exactly like the way that I had it printed. I mean, of course, nothing's ever going to be painted the same way, but as far as the whole background. So anyway, so I'm painting that this coming weekend with the ladies in Texas. So excited. We are also on Zoom. So if you wanted to, you could probably twist their arm. There's the information. We're going to be painting that on Zoom and then also in person. So, what did I just see? I just saw, hi Nancy, hi Molly Ann. I hope you can stay this whole session too, but I understand if you can't, and I hope that I'm on the whole session and we don't lose power. So, hi Holly Rourke, hi Denise. Okay, do you guys want to take care of some giveaways? Thank you guys. Yes, I love that bag. Heat finally broke here, upstate New York, 77 degrees. Oh, that'd be nice. It's 20 degrees more here. And I'm sure 20 degrees more in California and 20 degrees more from me in Arizona. 30 days straight over 100 degrees. Insane. Insane. So I love the hibiscus bag too. And I loved, it was probably my best seller. So, oh, yes, we did, Donna. I remember that. Yes, we painted it on Zoom because I was supposed to go and paint it with you guys in person. Someone please send me your heat that you don't want. Excuse me. Hi, Norma Jean. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Okay, let's take care of some giveaways. Hi, Denise. Hi, Cheryl. And excuse me. I have a frog in my throat. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Now my eyes are watering. Hi, Carol Manhart. Good afternoon. Okay. Hi, Robin Storm. Yes, I'm very behind still because while I was home the whole month of July, I had probably 3 months worth of work to get done in the month of July, and I haven't finished it all yet, and I feel bad because I still have so much to do, but I can only do what I can do, right? And that's what I've kind of had to remind myself because I was getting down. So, hi, Karen Wilson. So, anyway, I leave Thursday to go to Texas, and then after that, I'm home for 3 days, and then I drive to Oklahoma for OKC Painting Palooza. Super excited about that. So, over 100 degrees in Texarkana. Oh my goodness gracious. I do, Joyce, but they're carbonated. Now I'm afraid I'm going to burp. Wouldn't that just be hilarious? You want to see the real Sandy? Take a minute and breathe. I know I have been. I've been reminding myself just... I'm hoping to find a couple of roommates for Chattanooga. Oh, yes, I've got to get that information up on my website, but it is on my Facebook page. So I will do that on the next live, but there is, I don't think I have it. Anyway, it is the painting expo that is in Chattanooga next year, guys, in June. I'm so excited, first off, because it's only 3.5 hours away from me, which means I can drive. And I was telling my husband, if I forget anything, you could always drive it up, right? He's like, yeah, no. Hi, Lynn H. You need a helper. I do, thankfully. My friend Barb is transferring patterns for me for my Ukrainian folk art class. Hi, Paula McCoy. Good to see you. Hope you made it home safely. Y'all's trip to Florida looked fun. Fun. Those were fun days, I have to say. Thanks, Yvonne. I can belt one out, let me just say. In fact, I think I did. Going to Chattanooga also. Awesome. Love that, Denise. Excited. I did that, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, and I just burped so loud. And my husband turned and he goes, I love you. So I was like, oh gosh, after what, 33 years? Thank you. In fact, today, 33 years ago, I got married in Japan. My dad was in the Marine Corps. I went over, lived in Japan. My husband, my now husband, was stationed there with the Air Force, and we met on a blind date on April 28th, and we legally got married July 30th. It just hit me that today is 33 years that we actually walked into the American consulate, gave them our passports, and I became Sandy McTeer. So, in fact, they said Sandra Warner, and I took my passport up, and then like 20 minutes later, they said Sandra McTeer, and we looked at each other and I said, guess we're married. But no, it was a little bit more intimate than that. But we celebrate our wedding that we got married in the church. And so that was September 1st is our wedding anniversary, but today is our legal wedding anniversary. So I have a Japanese wedding certificate that accompanies my American certificate, and they have to go together for them to be legal. So anyway, so happy anniversary to me. I just realized that. You're still a bride, I know. And he is the best thing that ever walked into my life, let me just say. So, okay, guys, let's get started. I know I keep saying that. Let me bring down here. We're going to get these giveaways for last week's live. I have some giveaways. I had 3 brush sets, and I do have some giveaways for today. And all you have to do is that right there. Like, comment, and share. And if you are on YouTube and you've not hit that subscribe button, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. All right. So what do we start with? Let's start with the middle. So the faux squirrel, I'm a Dynasty brush specialist. These are my go-to brushes. Love them as a company. Love using them to paint. I'm a firm believer that you've got to feel it and like. I had to pause the volume so that I could cough. Sorry, because I am right next to the camera. Okay, so I have all of them written down. So what I do each week is, y'all, I put your names on a wheel, spin it around. Don't have the time to do that during the live, unfortunately. And I go back through the week up until today, this morning, I would say probably about 12:30, 1 o'clock is when I got the last names, put them on the wheel. And the names that came up on the wheel are the following. The other thing is, you have until my next live to email me your mailing address so that I can get them to you. And if I don't hear from you, unfortunately, they go back into the stash, okay? So, faux squirrel. Denise. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I can bring these to you at OKC, right? If not, message me your mailing address and I will get these off to you. But I seem to remember that you are going to be there. So let's move those out of the way. I always want to put the brushes so I don't get them messed up. Okay. And then I had the black gold brushes. This is a 1 inch, a 1/2 inch, and a number 10. These are my go-to, absolutely love. I would say probably the only other favorite I have is a number 8. So the other thing I love about these is just if you leave them in the water, the handle doesn't. Not that you should leave your brushes in the water. It's not good for the bristles. But if you do, it's not going to make the handle crack. Okay. And the winner of those came up on the wheel. Nancy, I will be bringing these to you. All right. So put those out of the way. And then I had a specialty brush set. So this is an extra large Mezzaluna, perfect for dry brushing. A filbert brush, which I have to say is, a filbert is my least favorite brush to use. I learned to use a flat brush. However, I'm starting to use a filbert brush more and more. So a dry brush, a filbert brush, and then the small point blend, which you can float color with this, get into tight spaces. It's an IPC, which is ink, pastel, and chalk, but you can use it for just about everything. And the winner of those specialty brushes Carol Archer. Your name popped up on the wheel. So message me your mailing address and I will get those off to you. Okay? And then I also, hi Gloria Bean. Am I going to see you in Oklahoma? I hope so. You're one of the most stylish ladies I have ever known. And she's always decked out in the most, like her hand-painted pretties. So anyway, okay, so this is a new little mini that's going out with all orders this week, new little mini stencil. I have so many new ones coming up, guys, that I cannot wait to share. But let me share some Happy Mail real quick, okay? Now, I do have 3 giveaways. It might be a surprise pop-up. I'm doing a live. Not sure when I'm going to because I'm only home 6 days the whole month of August, right? But anyway, I do have some giveaways. And again, all you have to do is like, comment, share. And again, if you're on YouTube, I would hope you'd hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. I got some Happy Mail, which I love. I had a little skin procedure for some skin cancer last month. And so I got some sweet gifts from my friends. Actually 2 ladies in my membership group. And this is from Loretta Lynn and hand painted, just so beautiful. And then she did me this really sweet card with is a manatee, I think. It's a manatee. And a little baby manatee on watercolor paper. So I'm going to frame this. I just think that's the sweetest little thing. And the sweetest card inside. Loretta, thank you so much. Okay, and then one of my new friends who I adore everything about. She's so talented. She just started painting. She's creative in a lot of ways. Oh, I didn't even see the note. I thought you'd enjoy playing with these. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Okay, so Kathy McAllister sent me. And so this is her website. So go to her website, check it out. She's got some really cool things. Anyway, when I was in Colorado recently, she dropped it on us that she just recently started painting. Let me just tell you guys, she's amazing and very sweet. And so anyway, she sent me these beautiful things from Prima. So this rice paper, which is stunning. And I've been on the fence about ordering Prima. You guys leave in the comments. Should I carry Prima products? I do like to carry the things that I use and that I love. Thank you, Chris Avola. She just dropped Kathy's link in Facebook as well. So it's twife.com. We have a lot of things in common as, we lived in England and we talked about England a lot when we were together. So anyway, she made me this beautiful little tag in the rice paper and then these beautiful stamps. So these are oversized big stamps that I know I will put to good use. Kathy, thank you so much. It certainly arrived on a day that I needed a little love, a little happy mail. So anyway, okay, let's talk fabric painting. Okay, I'm going to come right back up here for a second. My hair is shedding. Did you see I got 4 inches cut off my hair? I know it doesn't look like it. Someone said, it doesn't even look like you got your hair cut. You'll be there the end of the week? Oh, awesome, Gloria. Good. I'm excited to see you. Yes, and Carol Craig. Can't wait to see Carol too. Prima, yes. I know I should. Okay, so fabric painting. First up, I love to paint on fabric. I don't do it as often as I used to, but I love it. And the #1, in my opinion, fabric paint on the market is DecoArt So Soft, okay? DecoArt So Soft. I want to cover this before we get started on the little demo. It is soft to the touch. You don't have to heat set it. I'm not being paid by DecoArt to do this live. I share with you guys what I love, okay? It doesn't crack, doesn't craze, won't come off. You don't have to heat set it to make it permanent. And it just is a beautiful paint. My cable just went out. No, okay, came back on. I have the TV on just in case, because sometimes if our cable goes out, the next is our power. But anyway, so the So Soft paint, but I want to share with you a product they have in the So Soft line that makes it even better. Okay, so oh, Kathy, you brighten up my life. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So many of you. I mean, just thank you. Okay, so Chris Avola over on Facebook. I don't see it on YouTube, but on Facebook, she's posted the link for. Let me see if I have it here. I do right here. If you go to decoart.com and you're putting in an order, first off, $49 over $49 free shipping. That's a great deal because paint's heavy, right? The other thing is they get their shipments out quick. I got it 4 days later. And what was the other thing I was going to tell you? Oh, the little link right there at the bottom, the capital SM23H2 for a one-time 20% off your order. So even when things are on sale, you can use that 20% discount. I believe it applies to that, okay? So let me take that off there. Are these okay for all kinds of clothes? I mean, silk, organza, cotton. Cotton, yes. Silk, I have not used it on silk, but what you can use on silk is DecoArt's new water marbling products using their surface prep. So if anyone has used it on silk that's here visiting and joining us today, leave it in the comments and let us know, okay? Thank you, Chris, for putting that on there. There's so much I could share with you guys on fabric painting, but I'm going to share with you my number one tip when it comes to fabric painting, okay? It is so hard to find, Sharita. Thank you for that little plug because that little segue, I should say, it leads me into my next thing. I posted on my Facebook page, so you guys on YouTube that follow me just on YouTube probably didn't see it, but DecoArt during the pandemic rebranded a couple of things, and one of those was their fabric paint, because one of the number one hashtags during the pandemic was thrift flip. People were upcycling lampshades and furniture and clothing and, you know, painting and being creative, right? Unfortunately, a lot of the stores were closed and DecoArt was closed for 55, 60 days, something like that. So you can now find the same amazing DecoArt So Soft quality paint at Joann's fabric store. This is what it's going to look like. It's DecoArt Thrift Flip Textile. Say that fast 10 times. The names might be different than what you normally see on the So Soft paints. So Soft is not going away. Thrift Flip is just another version of So Soft. This So Soft has never been in a store before. And isn't it amazing that the same formula can now be at Joann's? Hello, I think so. Thank you, Chris, for putting that. I appreciate it. So go to your local Joann's craft store and, sorry, I had to pull my bra strap up. Look and see if they have that. So this is what it's going to look like. Again, let me just pop that picture up so that you can see it. All right, Thrift Flip Textile. But you can also go to decoart.com and you can order So Soft right there on decoart.com and use that discount code so that you can get 20% off, okay? One question, once you put the medium on, then the color, if you put an additional color on, say a float, do you need to use more medium? Good question, Lori, because she's in my membership group and I covered this yesterday. I'm going to show you what we did. And so let me grab that real quick. Let me see and I'm just going to pop this up here, guys, right now. And let's take that away. So my membership group is officially open. You'd have access to over 160 recorded lessons, not only just for me, but people like Tracy Moreau, Deb Antonick, Kathy Hansen, Marco Aguilar, Erica Joanne, Holly Hanley, have all done guest spots and lessons. 3 to 4 live lessons a month with me, free quarterly members only Zoom classes. And we had a Zoom class yesterday, and I do those for the reason that Cindy said earlier in the comments, that it is a great way to be able to see people's faces and hear their voices when you only see their names on Facebook. You get the best discount available on my website, and a creative community that is cheerleaders, supportive, amazing. So you can join monthly or yearly, and you can cancel at any time. We do mixed media, decorative painting, art journaling, and more. We just did fabric painting in our Zoom class. And next Zoom class, which is next quarter, we're doing glass painting. Okay, so it is a lot, covers a lot. I get to share more of myself, my life, my family, my just me, and also more of my tips and tricks and techniques and things like that that I share a lot with you guys. I try to share even more with them. So anyway, go to my website, check it out. If you have any questions at all, message me, let me know. But you can go to my website, click on that button, and there's a whole bunch of information, pictures, some testimonials from some of my members, and I sound like an infomercial, so we're gonna get started. Okay, so yesterday, funny thing, and all my members that are here, and I see a lot of you guys, I did this tote bag with my group yesterday, and I based it on, thank you, Debbie. I'm very passionate about painting and sharing what I love to do, and I am even more passionate with my membership group. A lot of times I'm in my pajamas when I paint with them. So anyway, okay. Oh, thank you, Wendy. So I could not find this apron. I drew this apron and painted it during the pandemic. Could I find it for the Zoom class yesterday? No. So I just redrew. Oh, thank you, Cecilia. And I loved your bag. I hope you'll share it in the comments here. Share a picture in the comments of your bag, Cecilia, because it was so beautiful. Okay, so I did the apron, and I decided to do a tote bag. So I'm going to share with you, again, I shared a bunch with them yesterday, so much so I overwhelmed myself. I hope I didn't overwhelm them, but there's a lot that goes into fabric painting, you know, putting something between the layers so it doesn't bleed. But what I wanted to share with you guys today is my number one tip when it comes to fabric painting. All right? Now, this is a product that you can get to mix with acrylic paint. Okay? 2 parts, 1 part. Mix it, paint, you've got a fabric paint. I understand that that is a great idea. It will adhere, this allows this to adhere to the fabric. But I'm probably dating myself, but in the 80s, when the fabric painting was crisp and crunchy and it peeled, and you put it in the dryer and half the paint would fall off, this is made to make an acrylic paint, a fabric paint. However, the So Soft paint is specifically formulated and made to paint on fabric, okay? Lampshades, jeans. If you saw my jeans, I did the peacock on the jeans. I should have put a picture up for you guys. Anyway, the hibiscus tote bag, we're using the So Soft fabric paints. Now, the game changer when it comes to this paint is this product right here. Now, for some of y'all that have used this product for a long time, you probably remember they had a very hard plastic bottle, then they went to the soft plastic bottle in a 1 ounce. Then they took it to a 2 ounce, and I threw a party, let me tell you, because I loved that I didn't have to go and get, 5 bottles of white. I could just, maybe get 2 bottles of white since it was bigger, okay? Game changer for fabric painting. If you don't have this, if you don't use this, you need to get it, all right? And this is why I wanted to share this with you guys today. It will help you, first off, paint much better, paint easier, float colors like you've never floated color before, not use as much paint, and you can get so many cool effects. The first person I ever saw that used this was Doxy Keller. Rest her amazing, talented soul. And the first person I ever saw to use an Identipin on fabric was Doxy Keller. You can use an Identipin on fabric. It won't bleed, doesn't run. You can paint over it. You can draw over your painted piece. So now I'm giving you another tip. Okay. Okay, you can draw right on it. It's not going to wash out. So let me, well, I'll just paint one of these leaves. I was going to draw another something, but, oh, and then my husband also, he ironed something. I better do something on that because he ironed it for me specifically for today. So let me grab that. He put it on my other station's chair to, okay. So I don't know what I want to put on here though. So I'm almost hesitant. I think I might just hide it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna hide it and do the tote bag. And then I'll draw something on it and paint it maybe before I go out for dinner. Okay, because I really just want to paint on here and show you how cool. Okay, fabric painting medium. Can you tell I'm excited about this? Anytime you work on fabric, you want to protect your surface. So if I have a palette there, there's another tip for you. Make sure that you are protecting your surface area from your palette. Someone yesterday on our group gave another great tip about plastic, putting plastic on. You only use the Identipin after all the paint has dried. Very good point, Sue, too, because if you use it while the paint's wet, it's going to ruin your pen. Okay? Now let's get some color out. I think I'll do the leaves, a leaf or two, just so that you get the idea. Okay, so I'm going to get out some olive green. And the other thing is I typically don't open my paint over my surface. So open it over your palette paper. I love when these pop up because I can tell you, make sure to take those off so that you can close the bottle and your paint lasts longer. And then let's get out a little bit of white. Now the medium is going to be milky. Okay, it's going to look milky. It almost looks white on camera, but it's going to dry clear. And the cool thing about it, it's going to keep your paint inside the area you're painting. All right, press and seal. Yes, press and seal works great. Okay, so you guys are just having a fabulous time over on YouTube chat. I love it. Okay, let's come in here. Okay. So, if you use water on fabric, we know what happens. It bleeds, right? Oh, do you see the cast shadow from the stem? I shared that with my group yesterday. The other thing with our quarterly Zoom classes is all of them are recorded and they get the links pretty much forever, even if they leave the membership group, because the link is on their newsletter that goes out every month. So, and we've done quite a few, believe me. Okay, so you want to paint wet on wet. And what I mean by that is I'm going to load my brush up. I have a number 10 Dynasty Black Gold. Oh, and I just got a huge brush shipment in, loaded those up on my website yesterday. So you want to paint inside your leaf or whatever area it is that you're painting, okay? And then I'm going to just get an angle brush because I like painting my leaves with an angle brush. So I have a 3/8 faux squirrel angle. I'm gonna dress my brush in medium. Now it was wet first, but I patted it on a paper towel to get the water out. All right. You're going to work that into your brush, and it's called just dressing your brush. Pick up some of that green on the toe only, but if it migrates, that's okay. Like I said, you're gonna see how easy it is to float on fabric. I'm also gonna get out a little bit of black. Okay, so we're gonna lay this on. Look how easy that goes on. Can I just tell you, and I'll show you without the medium. Okay, now I could stop there and I can just take my finger and I can softly bring that paint over to the other side for my lighter, brighter highlight. right? Using regular brushes, Janet. I do love my faux squirrels for fabric. Another one that works really, really well on fabric is the black silver, which is a really affordably priced brush. I don't carry them. Lana Lamb does, lanalamb.com, or the Brush Guys. And you can always use my discount code Sandy MC, all lowercase, on the Brush Guys. Okay, so it's still wet. I'm going to pick up on that corner a little bit of green again and a little bit of black and just work those in. There isn't a Payne's gray, so of course I've got to make this black work. Okay, let's turn this so that you can see. And then just on that bowl, kind of that rounded part of the leaf, and I'll bring that down. I'm just going to take my finger. You don't have to use your finger. I'm just showing you that it's so easy to blend because that medium is helping it move. All right. And then I'm going to rinse it out. Dry, just pat it off on your paper towel, not there. I'm going to pick up just a little bit more medium. On the toe of my brush, a little bit of yellow, a little bit of white, a little bit of green. Kind of make a candy apple green color, like a sour apple. And then we're going to highlight the side of our leaf, okay? And then if something's not really, blending well, you can come back with a little bit more of that medium, and it will blend up for you just like that. Easy peasy, right? Now, I'm gonna take a brush with no medium on my brush or on my piece, and I'm gonna take some green, and I want you to see the difference, okay? I have to use more paint, and I have to push it into the fabric to get that to, which is a little rough on your brushes as well. And so imagine painting on denim, or, and even, this is a very thin tote bag, but a rough canvas tote bag that really wear and tear on your brush. Okay, so kind of heavy, right? I can't get any kind of a watercolor effect because if I put water on it, it's gonna bleed outside my lines. Now what I can do is I'll come in with a baby wipe, and just in the center of that leaf, I'm gonna lift some of that color, but I do run the risk of it bleeding outside. But I prefer being able to paint like I normally paint, putting a mid-tone color down, doing a highlight, floating your shade on, but you don't even have to float it on. You just lay it in place, use your finger, and kind of mush it around with your finger, right? So super, super, super cool to have that medium. So I'm trying to think where else I could, Lori Coates had a good question. So this is completely dry. I did this yesterday with my group. So if I wanted to come back in and do a little bit of shading, I think we used red pepper on that. We did. So I'll get a little red pepper. And we used a little bit of orange, red pepper, yellow, and white. But I'm going to take a little bit of brown with that red. That's going to make a nice burgundy color. These are all intermixable as well, okay? And then I have a little black. So I'm going to do a no-no and do it right over my fabric piece, but I want you to see it. So I am going to dress my brush with medium. Okay, now not necessary, but you certainly could come here and put a little bit of that medium down. And then, I have a good place there. Okay, on the toe of the brush, a little red, a little brown. I love mixing colors. I mean, look at that pretty kind of burgundy-ish color. Tiny touch of black. That's just gonna deepen that burgundy a little bit more. And then, let me see why, there we go. Come right in here, and I'm going to, well, that's where I put the medium, Sandy, duh. I'm going to float that color, and I'm just doing like I normally float, just that kind of soft circular motion, or not really circular, but I'm just kind of patting it on. And the thing is, you can soften it out. If you don't like it, you can come back with your baby wipe and take some of it off. But once it stops feeling like it's moving, you need to pick up a little bit more of that medium. But look at that pretty float of color, okay? The other thing is I could come in, and I'll do it right here. I'll pick up some more of that medium. I don't have any paint on my brush. And then little red, little brown, little black. A little too much black. Okay. I can lay it in place like that, and then I can take my finger and I can float my color like that with my finger, because that medium is going to do that for me. All right. Then maybe a little green, a little black, a little medium on the corner or the toe of my brush. And I did this yesterday. I floated this, but it's very wimpy. So I'm going to beef it up right there where that flower meets that stem. Okay. The So Soft fabric medium used to be called transparent medium. It's the same great, amazing product. It's going to help you float and move those colors versus having to have a heavily painted piece. You can wait for it to dry to come in and add additional colors, or come back. I'm going to do it right now because I really want to beef up this highlight. Layer those colors just like you do on your regularly painted pieces. Does it take long to dry? Great question, Peg. It takes a little bit longer than it does without using it. Okay, but you can use the heat tool to speed it up. Okay, so I'm going to take the same angle brush, pick up a little tiny touch of that red pepper, and just kind of dot it around. And that medium will help me move and get that little color in there. So I obviously used a different color on the top there, but you can see the red. I love to put like red or pink or purple in my leaves. Just gives them a little bit more natural look. Now, I'm not saying that you can't do something with this, but it's just a lot more difficult. So that medium is going to help you not have to go back over paint with your, so again, I don't have any medium in my brush. I'm just trying to put that highlight on. Okay, you can come back in and highlight and shade and do all those things. Or you can do it the easy way and be able to use your fingers. Now, when you use your fingers, you guys know I love to use my fingers when I paint. Make sure you wipe it off when you blend, make sure you wipe it off before you go to set your finger down. Or put your hand down to paint, okay? But that fabric medium is key. Now, this is wet on that side, so I'm not going to do anything more there. I showed you can use the Identipin once it's dry, how to use that medium. Someone asked me in the comments, and Melissa Jones, she's in my membership group, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. I did share with my membership group yesterday. You can stamp onto fabric. So I'm going to stamp up my stamp with ink. Let me just do that real quick. So I know I said one tip, but kind of hard just to give one. But we are going to make it short and sweet and be done about 10 minutes. Oh, Karen, I cannot wait to see your tote bag painted. The ones you guys have already painted over in the membership group has been amazing. So can the media line be used? So great question too, Karen. I know that Lana Lamb has used the media line on fabric. I have not personally. I don't know why you couldn't. It's definitely transparent and thin. It's not going to be crunchy or hard. But I would always test it on a scrap piece of paper or something if you're worried. So let me stamp this and show you. You always want to make sure that you offload your stamp first onto a piece of paper to make sure that you have all that really nice ink, okay? And then redo it. So you need either a rubber stamping block, or I just hold the edges with my fingernails because I like to see exactly where I'm going to place it. Sometimes it falls off one of those acrylic stamping blocks and lands where you don't want it. All right, well, let's move that out of the way. And let's put this butterfly maybe up here. Okay, so again, pressing it in place, stays on ink, or you can use a brayer to roll your paint out, and I've shared that with you guys on some lives before, and you can apply it with the paint as well. All right, the ink's going to give you a darker image. The paint is going to give you a lighter image, okay? But then you could paint right on top of that, and if you want to outline the lines, you can use your Identipen to do so, okay? So I am going to finish this. I'm going to finish painting this because every month in my membership group as well, I have giveaways. And this is one of the members only giveaways for next month. Unless I finish it before the end of, no, it's going to be next month. I can't add another thing to my plate. So anyway, let me just go through. Had to leave unexpected company. No problem, Cindy. Make sure to message me and I'll get that e-packet to you. All right, you're so welcome, Melissa. Hi, Karen Smith. How would you do a colored background? And that would take a whole nother live to do, but basically what I did on my black tote bag was I painted the half of it with the medium, and then I painted it white. Half with the medium, and then I painted it white. Let me grab one and I'll show you what it looks like. Since we wanted a black tote bag and handles, like the one that was printed, what I did was I put the medium down. The whole background's going to be painted, but I put the medium down first and then I put the white paint, transferred my pattern. That way when we go to start painting our hibiscus and the background, we won't have to use as much paint. But you would do the same thing. Fabric medium, transparent medium first. I actually suggested they call it fabric flow medium. We'll see. But anyway, so fabric medium and then whatever color you're using. And on this case, I used white. Okay, so hope that helps. All righty. Oh, awesome, Deborah. Well, here it is. Just a little bit. Would you get similar results with Americana or do you? Okay, great question, Patrick. And let me come up and say, I'm a firm believer using a paint for what it is intended for. So you can even use the multi-surface acrylics on fabric, okay? And they're softer to me than when you mix the two, the fabric painting medium or textile medium with your regular Americana paint, okay? You just run the risk of it being a little bit stiffer than normal. I've not painted enough with these two to tell you one way or another to not do it. I'm just saying when they have a product like So Soft that's so incredibly amazing for fabric, it's intended for fabric, and you don't have to heat set it, which is I think one of the biggest selling points. I would, if you're a fabric painter, you want to paint on fabric, I would say invest in the So Soft fabric paint. Okay, this leads into a question I have. Is there any reason to not apply the fabric medium with a brayer when doing a large surface like for the hibiscus? Probably not, Chris. I did use a big 2-inch brush and brushed it out. A brayer might not get into the valleys. You know, on some fabric, you've got some valleys in there, like on canvas. So I don't know that the brayer would get it down into those, like jeans even on denim, you know, have kind of that raised texture. And a brayer, you might just be rolling right along the top versus getting it into the fabric, Okay. And I loved her point yesterday on our class. Chris said, I believe it was you, Chris, that said something about you don't have to scrub your paint into the fabric anymore. No, you don't. Not if you use that medium. Okay. Is the Stays On ink washable if you use it on a shirt? Lori, I have, and I've not had it wash out. So I don't know that it will for every kind of fabric, but I have used it on a shirt and it did not wash out. So I can only go with my experience. Just letting you know. Oh, Norma Jean, I loved what you just letting you know. Teach, I am painting on my tote bags. I love that. And she's taken one of our old lessons. We did some sepia tone Van Gogh inspired sunflowers on one of our lessons. And she's putting that on the tote bag too. And it looks amazing so far. Okay. Was busy doing patterns. Thank you, Barb. She's doing my patterns for me. All right. Okay, let's see. I want to see, because Janet Roach, you've used it, Janet. Is that what you're saying? You can teach an old dog new trick. Well, you just changed my world. I hope you're talking about me. I don't know. The thing with the medium, it's going to help you get really cool effects, watercolor effects, use less paint. And I don't mean use less paint as much as make it look less painted. Like the 80s painted pieces. I used to have some that, you know, it would crunch and crack and come off. And anyway, I'm over the moon, thrilled. If you've got a Joann's or you go on joanns.com, I don't know if it's joannfabric.com. I don't know. I don't order from their website online. But anyway, you can just put in, Google it, Deco Art, Thrift Flip Textile, see where it comes up, and grab you some. Now, I will say, the only place you can get this is at decoart.com or on my website. I love it so much, just like the media line, I carry them on my website, okay? So, just saying. And on my website, you can use discount code ART. Do I have that right there? Oh, that's my website. But if you use the discount code, all capitals, wow, I'm very close to the camera, ART, you can get a discount on my website. Even things on sale. Okay. I know Brenda, right? She's an amazing friend, my second mother, and she is tracing the patterns of that Ukrainian folk art, and there's a lot to it. So, anyway, okay, guys, discount code. Thank you, Chris Avolo, putting it over on YouTube and on Facebook. And I just have to do a quick shout out to Chris Avola and Molly Ann. Thank you so very much, Molly Ann Stocks, I should say. For always putting those links in and dropping those discount codes and stuff like that. It greatly, greatly helps me. I appreciate you ladies, adore and love you ladies. You know that. So anyway, I hope I gave you some tips to get you started, or if you already paint on fabric, to maybe want you to get started. It's a game changer when it comes to painting on fabric, and it's the best. Okay. So, again, I do not know when I'm going to have another live. I will pop on and let you guys know with a post or something. Do they still recommend not to use fabric softener before paint? To be honest, Judy, I've never used fabric softener myself, so I don't. And I have even painted clothes straight from the store and haven't had anything happen. So. But there is sizing in most clothing, so it is recommended to wash it, dry it. Don't put fabric softener for whatever reason. So I need to set alarm for 4 on Sunday. How do you put the pattern on? Whole nother live. So again, and I did share, is there a pattern, e-pattern? There's not, Janet, for this. Again, there is in my group, my membership group, I gave them a line drawing and the colors I used. I do have a bag that I designed during the pandemic that is on my website. And it has, I was looking to see if I have it. It has butterflies, daisies, feathers, and I think hollyhocks on it. And that's on my website under the acrylic pattern packets. Okay? So you're so welcome. You're so welcome. Okay, great, great, great. Oh, you're welcome, Virginia. Thank you, Mona. Thanks, Peg. Okay. Have a wonderful week. Like I always say, get out those brushes, get out that paint, do something creative. If you're not feeling it, grab a piece of wood, grab a canvas, grab some paint, and base coat your surface. Any surface. You might not even know what you're going to paint, but that motion and that movement of creating is going to build, and before you know it, you're going to be, oh, what can I paint on that? Okay? I promise. So, Marilyn, not sure. I was going to drive by this afternoon and just have not had a chance. So, anyway, okay. Yes, thank you. Leave Thursday to travel to Texas. Appreciate any kind of travel mercy prayers. That would be awesome. And I will see you guys when I see you. I will see y'all that are going to be at OKC Painting Palooza. Cannot wait for that, to teach my classes and do my make and take. My make and take piece is going to be on my website, but not until September. I am home a lot of September, which is exciting. I don't think I'm traveling anywhere in September. Am I? No, I don't think so. I have 2 Zoom classes in September. So anyway. Oh, thank you, Susan. So good to see you on. Thank you, Kathy. Okay, guys, have a wonderful week. Get those brushes out, do something creative. And don't forget, if you paint on fabric, game changer. And if you don't want to order online for the So Soft, you can get that. Unfortunately, that medium is not a part of that line at Joann's. All right? And again, just to remind you guys, my membership group is open. We would love to have you join us. Just to have some fun, lots of creating, lots of painting, and a lot of great support. So, all right, guys, talk to you later. Bye.